Right now we're looking at this. Oil changes, tire rotations, buying a new car. No matter how many times you do it, you always have new questions, it seems, about these things. When's the right time to get your oil changed, and why is finding a car so hard right now? From now until 6 o'clock, we're answering all kinds of questions and more when it comes to your car. To do that, first and foremost, we have Mike Quincy from Consumer Reports with us. You can get your question to him directly, and here's how you do it. You text that question. The number is 336-379-5775. All right, let's tackle one of the most common things, and that is an oil change. All of us have to get them on our cars. First off, some people swear by certain rules when getting their oil changed. Some people believe what their parents told them years ago. Some people do it whatever is on the top of their windshield from what the business told them to do. You tell me, what should we be doing?
Well, oil is the absolute lifeblood of your car. You need to take the oil change intervals seriously. And the number one place to get that information is in your owner's manual. I know it sounds boring, it's not high tech at all, and I sound like my parents, but you really need to read your owner's manual, at least the oil change interval section, because that will tell you when you need to get the oil change. And the old school was, every 3,000 miles, which was the tagline of lots of commercials that you and I probably heard many years ago, but that is no longer the case.
All right, so that's no longer the case, the whole 3,000 mile thing. Your owner's manual may say 7,000 miles, and that's what you should go with, not what the business is telling you. You should go with what the manufacturer of the car is telling you, which could save you a whole bunch of money if you did it that way.
Absolutely. I mean, getting unnecessary oil changes not only drains your bank account, but it's certainly not good for the environment because you're getting rid of perfectly good oil. And you did, mention some of the intervals. They can be 7,500 miles, they can be 10,000 miles, but a lot of modern cars these days have what's called a service reminder monitor that will actually tell you when the engine is ready for an oil change. I mean, cars are smarter now than they've ever been.
Right, so make sure you pay attention to that as well. All right, so what about this? What about there's folks at home and they're like, you know what, especially with COVID and stuff, I am just not driving the miles that I used to drive before, so do I really need to get my oil changed that often?
Well, oil does not get better with time. So you need to think about when the last time you got your oil changed. And if you're not driving very much, it's probably not a bad idea to get in your car on a weekly basis, get the engine temperature up to the normal operating levels, because that's better for your engine. You need the oil to get warmed up and to be flowing through your engine, because that will protect the internal parts. Okay,
but at least what you should do is get your oil changed twice a year, at least?
Honestly, it depends on the car. It's certainly not a bad idea, but again, I would go back to the owner's manual, and the monitor within your car can tell how much you've driven, how you've driven, if you've driven the car hard or not, and that will affect the oil change interval.
All right, and then this is my next question, because I don't ever do this. Do you have to check your oil level? Really? I'm just thinking that my car is doing it for me, but do I need to check it?
You absolutely should check it. You should check your oil at least once a month. Do it on a level surface. If your engine is warm, be careful, because a lot of the external engine parts can get really hot. And again, in your owner's manual, it's going to give you a little guide on what all the little symbols on the dipstick are telling you, whether it's low, whether it's normal. And you also want to make sure that you look at the color of the oil. You want to make sure that the oil is either brown or black. If you're seeing any kind of a milky substance in there, it might be engine coolant leaking into the engine, and that is definitely not a good sign.
All right. One last question when it comes to the oil change, and we'll get to everybody's text questions. Do you need synthetic oil? They always push synthetic oil. Do you need that?
You only need it if your car requires it. And by require, I mean BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche will usually say synthetic oil required. They'll even probably have a deal with Mobil One, a big Mobil One sticker on the inside of your engine hood will remind you of that. If it's required, I would definitely use it. If it's not required, again, like premium fuel, it's probably going to be a waste of money.
Good to know. We don't want you to waste your money. All right, we're taking your text questions. We've got Mike Quincy here from Consumer Reports. The number's there on the bottom of your screen, 336-379-5775. We'll be right back.